Tuesdays with Morrie, written by Mitch Albom. Mitch, our author, works as a sports columnist who writes for Detroit Free Press, lives in Michigan, and travels a lot. Before becoming a journalist, Mitch wanted to become a musician. He studied in the Brandeis University. At the university, he had a professor called Morrie Schwartz, a doctor of sociologist, and he's a man with profound thinking. Mitch and Morrie had a special bond back in college days discussing about world and life. Morrie was Mitch's mentor. Mitch moved out of college and got busy with life, but he got a chance to meet Morrie again. This entire book spins around the magical chronicle of these meetings between Mitch and Morrie and what they discussed about. Morrie is a happy man and he loves dancing. He is also a renowned author of great many books. In the year 1994, Morrie was diagnosed with neurological disorder. Morrie decided to face his situation and use it to his advantage. And he made death his final project. The only two resources that Morrie had was a strong and inviting voice and a mind that was vibrating with a million thoughts. Morrie was stubborn on telling the world that the word death is not synonymous with useless. One day, Morrie was attending his friend's funeral. Thought to himself, what a waste, all these people saying all these wonderful things, and my friend is not able to hear anything. And just like that, Morrie got a better idea. Morrie wanted to arrange a living funeral for himself. You heard it right, a living funeral. They cried, they laughed, some even read poem, but Morrie heard all the things that we never get to say our loved ones. At the other side of the world, Mitch, after college, tried music at a few nightclubs. He was not successful at music, so he graduated with journalism and became one of the accomplished sports writers. At the same time, Mitch's uncle passed away at the age of 44. He was a man who taught Mitch music, driving, and was everything that Mitch inspired about. Suddenly, Mitch felt that time was too precious and we're all letting it go an open drain. Coming back to Morrie, came a lightning rod of ideas. He jotted down his thoughts on an yellow sheet, on envelopes and scrap papers. Few of the thoughts were like, accept what you are able to do and what you are not able to do. Accept the past as past without denying it. Forgive others and make peace with yourselves. Don't assume it's too late. It's never too late. He had jotted down more than 50 of these aphorisms, and one of Morrie's friends sent it to Boston Global Reports, who featured a story under the title A Professor's Final Course, His Own Death. This caught the eye of the Nightline show by Ted Koppler. Butterfly effects does exist, doesn't it? Ted did a show on Morrie, and just like that, Mitch got to see this show. For all the kindness and bonding they had, Mitch wanted to visit Morrie. When Mitch did pay a visit, Morrie was a very happy man to see Mitch. Morrie suddenly said, Mitch, can I share what it is like? What? Asked Mitch. What it is like to die? Mitch gave a numbing look and said, sure, coach. And just like that, their lessons started. They decided to meet every Tuesdays. While Mitch was leaving, Morrie said something. Mitch, dying is the only one thing to be sad about. Living an unhappy life is something else. So they had 14 Tuesdays together, and the first Tuesday they talk about world. Morrie said we have to look at life uniquely. Living is living, and he added, love is the only rational act in life. He repeated slowly, love is the only rational act. The second Tuesday, they were talking about feeling sorry for oneself. Morrie is a man who completely lacks self-pity. He said, pretty soon someone will be wiping my ass, and I'm trying to enjoy that process. Enjoy it? Asked Mitch. Yes, after all, I get to be a baby one more time, smiled Morrie. This Tuesday, Mitch had a chance to help Morrie from his wheelchair to his recliner. Morrie's body was like dead meat. And Mitch realized that time is running out. The third Tuesday, they talk about regrets. Morrie said, I don't have any regrets. Sooner or later, I'm going to die. And I want you to listen to my story. Morrie was seeing life from a very different place. Morrie said, Mitch, the culture doesn't encourage you to think about death. We are involved in trillion little acts to occupy our time and don't care and don't have the courage to stand back and think, is this life? Is this life at all? Is this what I need? Do you take care of the inner child in you? If you do, there will be no regrets. Of course, you need someone to probe you in that direction. Everyone knows they are going to die, but no one believes it. If they did, they'll do things very differently. Once you learn about death, you live a meaningful life. Focus on the essentials and share out whatever is non essential. The fifth Tuesday, they talk about family. Morrie says, love is so supremely important, but that's just not the only thing in family. Family is about letting others know that they are looking out for each other. Also, there is no experience like having children. The sixth Tuesday, they talk emotions. That day, Morrie was having a bout of cough. After he settled, Morrie said, to get through such emotions, I detach with this emotion. Detachment means you let the experience completely penetrate you, fully recognizing the pain, and then you learn to detach from that. I want to die serenely, Mitch, not in the middle of coughing bout. In case this happens, I should be able to think, this is my moment, I've had a good life, and go peacefully into it. And that's the power of detachment. The seventh Tuesday, they spoke about aging. It's never about age, Mitch. It's about how much meaning you bring into life and how much you enjoy your life, said Morrie. Eighth Tuesday, they talk about money. When you put more emphasis on money, you lose focus on simple pleasures like singing, dancing, and laughing. People don't get satisfaction from money. Find out what gives you satisfaction, and that's a real life. The ninth Tuesday, they talk about love and how it goes on. Mitch believes in being fully present in the room. I engage with people, says Morrie. When you do that, the love and memories that the people have for you will continue to go on, even if you're not there. Isn't that special? The 10th Tuesday, they talk about marriage. Why do married people go through a lot of trouble? There are a few rules. If you don't respect each other, if you don't compromise for each other, or if you're not able to openly talk to each other, then there's a lot of trouble. Marriage is the most enjoyable thing in the world, Mitch. 11th Tuesday, they talk about culture. Morrie believes that people are inherently good. They're only mean when they are threatened. That's what our culture and our economy does. They threaten people. You should have your own subculture. How you think and what your values are should be your own thinking. It shouldn't be ruled by anyone or anything. 12th Tuesday, they talk about forgiveness. People only regret for all the things that they haven't done. Do what you like to do and enjoy life. Forgive yourself and forgive others. That's a way to make peace with your life. 13th Tuesday, they talk about the perfect day. I make peace with death and living. Death ends life and not relationship, says Morrie. He narrates a story of a wave. This is large ocean and a shore. The first wave sees the shore and says, man, I'm going to crash. We're all going to crash. We're all going to die. And he panics. The second wave calmly says, pal, we're not a wave. We're part of the ocean. And when we understand this, we make peace with death and life. 14th Tuesday. It's time for goodbye. Morrie says, I'm not feeling too well today. It's time to say goodbye. I don't know how to say it, but I love you so much, Mitch. Mitch went close to him, his face against Morrie's face, and pressed and kissed him and said goodbye. Morrie died that Saturday. Morrie's cemetery was a lovely place, green grass, tall trees, and a sloping hill. Mitch remembered when Morrie said, when I die, Mitch, you will talk and I will listen. Mitch imagined talking to Morrie, and that conversation seemed almost natural. Mitch looked on his watch and it was Tuesday, and the teaching went on. So that was Tuesdays with Morrie for you all. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe it. Love you all. See you again with my next book. Thank you. Bye-bye.